Oh, hi. I'm not, it's not my usual content in a sense that I talk about music, well, at this point, still K pop, and my action figures and my toys. But I'd like to bring this out uh, since we're in the space. Since we're in the space that is, well, basically we're in social media and we're basically in YouTube. Because what I'd like to talk about actually is I would say the saga or the situation or the the case of I guess one of YouTube's more famous booktubers named Daniel Greene. Now, for people who are not familiar with booktubers, well, basically there are YouTubers who talk about the books they've read. Um, I've actually encountered the person that I mean not personally, but I saw his page when I was looking at the Wheel of Time series, and aside from that, the Rings of Power series, because and then I started watching his previous videos, and it's actually pretty good. Daniel Greene is a booktuber with more than 500,000 subscribers, and basically he talks about books. But he has since moved on to TV series that comes from books. And the thing with him is that one thing I liked about him is that number one, he's very passionate about books. You can see that he loves books. And second, the way he would what do I say? The way he would talk about it. It's very enthusiastic and it's also pretty witty at times. And I subscribed to his channel, and for a time I was watching his series, but because personally it doesn't look it, but I do like reading. I do like reading fantasy and sci-fi. I like Tolkien. I read Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Silmarillion, and the other books that Tolkien has. I love the lore of it. Uh, I also like sci-fi. There's Dune, Frank Herbert. I've read almost. I was a very avid reader of the extended universe of the EU before of Star Wars, before Lucas retconned it and made it Legends when it was sold off. I had those books. The last book I ended was with the Yuuzhan Vong. I'm very big into Warhammer 40k, and Warhammer Fantasy when there was still Warhammer Fantasy. Um, I'm not gonna brag, but I do have a lot of those books. But unfortunately, a lot of those stories, especially the fantasy stories, have already been retconned. I even have the graphic novels, some of the graphic novels of Warhammer. Uh, and I love reading that. I love reading it. And honestly, my biggest ambition in life, if I can do it, which I'm sure I can't, is to have a book, at least to write a story. Just to write the story. The reason why I love collecting things, I love collecting figures, is to give me a visual representation. As I read the book, I can, or at least look at them, at least I can see it, you know. That's also the reason why I got into Warhammer, the miniatures, because as I read the book, I wanted to see what they look like. At least I can recreate stuff, and that's thanks to actually, and that's thanks to the booktubers, but not because of Warhammer stories, but because they talk about fantasy, they talk about the world, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading. And actually, he's the only guy next to Shadiversity that uh, that I watch, because I'm not really that open into the booktuber thing, and he was the only guy I knew. And for a time, I slacked off as because he did start getting a bit wokey, if there's a term, wokey about it. But then, eh, I started watching more series. I started watching more anime. So I didn't get to really come back. I still have actually a big stack of books I need to watch and I need to read for Warhammer, and most of them are Warhammer 40k. I still have a lot of books of that. But then again, I'm gonna be finding time. I'll find time. I always do, and also to have. I actually have 3 stories in mind. I still have it, even if it's been more than 10 years ago. I don't know how to start it. I'm still trying to find a creative writing course because I have the lore, I have the general idea, but I don't know how to put the meat in it. So maybe if anybody reads this, I need help. I need help. But the thing is, what happened was a week ago. Another YouTuber by the name of Naomi King, who is into music, I think, music and life stuff, brought forth allegations of sexual assault, SA, right? So as about SA, and alleging that Daniel Greene has done it, and at that point, uh, at that point, the rest of the booktube community started posting videos, basically throwing Daniel Greene out, what you call it, under the bus, right? Throwing him under the bus, like, I'm not gonna associate with him anymore. What he did was despicable. But as it went along, it turns out that she wasn't really SA. Apparently they were in an affair, and for her, she thought that what in her mind was, if she consented to something and then regrets it, she feels that is SA, which is not. And it turned out that apparently that affair was already years ago, and she actually talked about it a year ago in 2023, and basically did it again a little over a week ago, and changed the story to make it sound that she was SA. Because if you didn't read or if you didn't listen to what she was saying in 2023, you would think you were SA. But the thing there is, Daniel Greene then made a response to it, and then also put out receipts, which in the end it did not show that he did SA Naomi King. Now these people, I'm sure my fans, sorry, I don't have fans. My viewers are not familiar with this, but I'll be putting links to what Daniel Greene said, and I'll be putting one guy. His name's Papa Crooks. There's one guy I'm also gonna be putting a link of this guy. I'll be putting it in the links. It's because he actually talked about it. It's a 2-hour video, but he talked about what happened there, and he gave really great takes on it. But my point here is that after Daniel Greene gave his response, and after it turned out from the succeeding videos of this Naomi King that there was no SA. These other booktubers who threw him under the bus was showing out videos, I guess, ripping on his character, all started apologizing. But what's the point? Damage has already been done. Daniel Greene apparently has lost a few subscribers, a few thousand a few thousand subscribers. Another thing also is that he lost some sponsorships. By the way, Daniel Greene is also an author. I think he lost his part. I'm not sure if he still has a publisher, but then again, he has lost a lot of stuff already. And all because these booktubers just jumped the gun and already condemned him. Now, what they did what Naomi King and he did, because basically they were having an affair. Basically they were having an affair, and Naomi's thing is that basically not basically Daniel Greene had a girlfriend at that time, which is his fiance now. So Daniel Greene was cheating on his girlfriend with Naomi King, and Naomi King knew that he had a girlfriend, right? And they were, and then that encounter happened in Las Vegas in 2023, where there were also edibles involved and other stuff. And Daniel Greene's what Daniel Greene said is basically he also had more or less a little bit of an, he's also bisexual, and he had his and basically his girlfriend was saying that he can cheat but with men, but I guess he cheated because he cheated with a woman or non-binary. I'm not okay. I'm not woke. I'm not. I mean, I respect all. I respect whatever spectrum you have. It's you, all right. But I don't. I think I'm not sure if it's gender orientation. I would call it sexual orientation. I don't. I respect it, so I really don't know. I'm not sure. But then again, I am not saying this because I'm not saying this to relieve Daniel Greene of his of what he did, which is basically cheated on his girlfriend and did other stuff with her. It's just that it has nothing to do with what happened, because he was accused. He was given false accusation that he SA'd someone, right? So being horny boy, F boy, doesn't make you a criminal. Makes you an a-hole, but doesn't make you a criminal. Basically, just saying that there are some immoral things. He can be immoral. He may, I mean, for some people he would be immoral, but what he did wasn't illegal. He didn't SA anybody. While for Naomi King is that the thing is, the allegations do not equate to guilt. Right? Those are just allegations. It has to be proven, and accusations are not proof. Right? And I guess that the lesson here is that for everybody, this is not just for YouTube, not at least I guess for life. Don't jump the gun, especially on things like these. Things of like if you're familiar with the graphic novel Trece, there's always careful where you tread. You know, the Nuno would always told Alexandra Trece that is that let's not jump into quick conclusions, or especially with things like these, like personal issues, which wherein you are not privy to. It would be prudent to hang back rather than what's happening right now with these booktubers. They say a lot of stuff, and I'm sure it comes from a space of envy, because he is one of the more popular ones, and they want to just pounce on it. You know, they want to pounce on the person. I'm sure that's part of it, even if they won't admit it. I'm sure part of it comes from a place of envy. But then again, here, slapped on their face. Now they have to apologize. At least for Daniel Greene, he now knows who his real friends are. So apparently, some of those people who ripped on him actually collaborated with him before. And there's this guy, Dickert, I think his name's Dickert, who had some stuff with Daniel Greene, and then when he ripped on him, aside from the essay thing, he was talking about how he is, how much of an a-hole he is. Now he had to apologize. I mean, props for you guys for apologizing, but that wouldn't happen if you just hang back, right? I will not comment about how he lives his life. That's how he lives his life. That's beyond me. But then again, I was just like saying, I was like, as a cautionary tale for everybody, like innocent until proven guilty. Second is that allegations do not equate guilt. Right? That's why you have to find out. You know, accusations are not proof. Right? And basically, it's It's just that, because not all accusations are true. And what Naomi King did is actually again hurts the real victims, because in her mind she feels it's SA, but it's not SA. It was consensual. She just regretted it because Daniel went back to his girlfriend, and she felt that he did things that to her that she felt wasn't she didn't consent to. But then again, it's not. She actually went to the police, and the police said it wasn't. It was consensual. But that actually brings me back to something far longer. If you're familiar with Miss Andy Signor of Popcorn Planet, he used to head Screen Junkies. He did Screen Junkies and other shows. It was one of the ones that really started these commentary stuff for pop culture and series. He too had that thing. It was during the Me Too movement, in the height of the Me Too movement, when there was this one of these other YouTubers, or I'm not sure YouTubers or ex-tuber, or I'm sure he was in Twitter before, April Dawn, who falsely accused him also of SA, wherein, in fact, what happened was April Dawn was the one who went after Andy Signor, and they had an affair. And then they're saying it's now that April Dawn had a boyfriend, which is that retard looking JTE. I think it's called JTE. Yeah, he was in Schmodown. Dude looks like a freaking retard, down retard crap, and things like he's so tough. But yeah, I mean, look at him. He looks like he's some retard. Promise. They were together. They became a couple, and then she started doing all that accusations against Andy Signor. And what happened to him was he got fired from the company. Okay? He got a lot of his friends, a lot of his former employees started ripping on him, and in the end, it turned out April Dawn just lied. She even had the gall to say, "I believe my truth," and your truth was a lie. I mean that was still that the reason why I brought him back, because I wasn't still in YouTube at that time. I didn't have an outlet for it, but I'll also post his message in this once I have this posted up. I'll post Daniel Greene's message, and I'll post Daniel Greene's message. I'll also post Andy Signor's message, and also the one of Papa Cruz, I think. Yeah, but no, I'll post one here as a reference on the Daniel Greene thing, because he's the one that really, it's pretty long, but he really talked about it. He talked about it pretty straightforward, so it's easier to follow for everybody, because he actually went all the way back to 2023. But then again, it's something that we should not like. These are serious allegations, especially with regards to SA, with regards to how people acted, and we should first get to know everything. One, second is also innocent until proven guilty. Allegations do not equate guilt. Accusations are not proof. And facts first before judgment, right? Because these things can ruin lives. Now, this is worse because it's in YouTube. It gets spread. Actually, I had the personal experience on that when someone I used to date spread that I was hurting her. And actually, I think that whole group that she said it to still believes it. So, I mean, so in a small way, I can relate, but I'm not famous, so it doesn't matter. But then again, it hurts people, and it also hurts real victims, because when we hear about things of faking things, well, actually, you can even put Albie and Andy, right? She said that it's his kid, but it turns out it's not. Basically, lying and didn't do anything. It hurts careers. It hurts businesses. In terms of it hurts livelihoods. It hurts mental health. So I think that these things are lessons that we should always remember, even at least for the few people that watch me. Is that remember these again. Innocent until proven guilty. Allegations do not equate guilt. Accusations are not proof. Facts before judgment. Okay, facts, or at least um, facts first before the judgment. Careful where you tread. Because it's hard to really to do knee jerk reactions, right? I actually did one in one of my videos because of the Batang Hamo guy. It was pretty weird, but I mean, it's hard to do that. It's also hard to. Well, I mean, I do have a mental capacity of a 5-year-old, so I need to keep repeating stuff to remember to really comment. But I just have to say this, Matt, that I mean, it ruins it. False accusations can ruin people, and nothing. That nobody benefits from it. But I guess some people for clout, right? So please, for people watching this, don't jump on the bandwagon. Or if you do, but no. But if you want to clout chase, it's fine. It's up to you. You do you. But there could be backlashes for that, which is what happened to those booktubers. And also, immoral doesn't mean illegal. That's also one thing as well. You know, there are some people who might be doing other stuff which you might not agree to, but then again, if it's not illegal, then maybe you do you. It's your soul if you believe in it anyway. There, but just putting it out there. It's not my usual content, but it is something that I just wanted to say for myself, and there. I'm glad that at least for Andy Signor, he has established his own he has established his channel again. It's now called Popcorn Planet. Daniel Greene has already come back and has talked that he's gonna move forward. So I wish, well, Andy Signor's okay. I wish Daniel Greene the best, but I still watch some of his videos. I'm still gonna be trying to my best to read my book. I'm actually still on Fabius Bile Primogenitor series. For a year, I've been reading the last part for a year, but yeah, I'll be finishing that. I'll promise. But there, it's just basically that, and